Hello everyone, this is Ankit Jain. I welcome you all to my channel Tech Journey with Ankit. From today, we are starting another series on the integration product provided by the Salesforce that is nothing but a Salesforce Connect. Salesforce Connect is kind of a utility or a tool provided by the Salesforce with the help of which we can avoid the data duplications in between the two systems. With the help of this utility, we can bring the data from the external systems inside the Salesforce. Again, we can bring that data without even copying it. That concept we refer in the terms of integration as the data virtualization, where virtually we are seeing the data from the external system inside the Salesforce. Virtually, we can see the data not only from some another Salesforce org, but also we can virtually see the data available on your Heroku platform or on your AWS cloud or with the help of GraphQL as well. There are different adapters that Salesforce have provided with the help of which you can virtually bring the data from those external systems inside the Salesforce. So there will be multiple parts in this series where we will be explore each and every adapter with the different examples. So let's get started with the basic introduction in the part 1 about what is Salesforce Connect, what is external object, and how we can relate the external objects with the different out of the box relationships that Salesforce do offer, which actually makes our life very easy. Connect. Salesforce Connect is an integration service available on the Salesforce platform with the help of which you can virtually access the data available on the external systems inside the Salesforce. If you are using the Salesforce Connect, there is no need to copy the data available on the external systems inside the Salesforce. You can access that data without even leaving the Salesforce platform. Traditionally, whenever we have to access the data available on the external systems, we have to get that data copied into our source system. And after that, we have to make sure that whatever the data that we have copied, it does not go stale. So we have to make the synchronization in between the external systems as well as the source systems. Definitely, it add lots of overhead on the source system. You can avoid all those things by taking the help of the Salesforce Connect. With the help of Salesforce Connect, what you can do here is you can virtually access the data without even copying it so that your data will never go stale. Not only that, you can also modify the data or the external data inside your source system, and the platform will automatically sync that data for you. So you do not have to put additional overhead to do the syncing in between the data of two systems. One of the key ingredient whenever we are working on the Salesforce Connect is the external objects, because whatever the data tables that are available on the external systems, we can get that mapped on the Salesforce platform with the help of external objects. So let's try to understand now what is external object. External objects are similar to the custom objects. The way the custom object looks like, which have the validation rules, which have the page layout and all those stuffs, like which have the tabs. Similarly, external objects, it looks similar to the custom object only, but the key part here is external objects are used to store the data that we are getting from the external system. So it is used to store the external records that we are bringing inside our Salesforce platform or inside our source system. Each external object that we do have on the source that we do have on the Salesforce platform is associated with external data source. Without external data source, external objects cannot exist on the Salesforce platform. External objects are recommended to use basically whenever there's a large amount of data that you want to access without even copying that data or storing that data inside the Salesforce org, right? Whenever you need to access only small amount of data at a time or at one time, you should take the help of the external objects rather than you go and copy the complete records from the target system inside the source system. Take the external objects and process only the small amount of data at one time. You can identify the external objects on the Salesforce platform by a lowercase followed by the or a prefix two underscore prefix followed by the lowercase x. For example, here order info is my external object. So here I do have the two underscore prefix and followed by the x, which is in the lowercase. So whenever you see any object which is ending with underscore underscore x, make sure that these objects are the external objects. Like for the custom objects, we do have the relationship, master detail, and the lookup relationships. For the external objects also, we do have the relationships, and these are the bit different relationships than the master detail and the lookup. Definitely, these relationships are nothing but an advanced form of the lookup relationship only, or the special types of the lookup relationships only, which are available only for the external objects. Here, you cannot use the lookup relationship whenever you have to associate with the external object. For example, let's say you do have the account as the standard object and you are bringing another account object from the external system. Let's name it as an external account. So if you want to set up the relationship in between the account and the external account, you cannot go and use the lookup relationships. You have to use other two types of relationships, that is the external lookup as well as the indirect lookup. Now let's try to understand first what is external lookup. External lookup is helpful whenever you want to associate the two external objects. For example, from the external systems, you are bringing the accounts and their related cases. Now you want to set up the relationship in between the external accounts and the external cases. Here I am pressing the word external one more time. I want to make the relationship in between the external accounts as well as the external cases. Then I will go for the external lookup. Another relationship that we do have here is the indirect lookup. We will go for the indirect lookup whenever we want to set the relationship in between the Salesforce object as well as the external object. For example, you want to set up the relationship in between the source account object and the external cases. Here the account object belongs to the source system, but the cases you are getting it from the external system, and you want to set the relationship in between both of them, right? Then you should go for the indirect lookup. So indirect lookups are always helpful whenever you have to set the relationship in between the external object as well as the Salesforce object. And very important point, whenever you are setting up the relationship in between the Salesforce object as well as the external object, here is you have to do that relationship based on the unique key. You have to set that relationship based on the unique key. So what you have to do here is you have to create a kind of a unique field on your source system and mark that field as an external ID field. Down the sessions, we will see how to set up the indirect lookup relationships. But one key point that I like to highlight here is you should remember whenever you have to set any indirect lookup relationship, you have to create the unique field, and that field should be marked as an external ID. Then and then only that object will be available to set up the indirect lookup relationship. There are few considerations that you should keep in mind whenever you are working with the external object. So maximum external objects that you can have in your org is 200. Maximum external objects that you can have in your org is 200. Each SOQL query can have up to 4 joins across the external objects. You cannot have more than 4 joins across the external object. So whenever you are creating your SOQL query, make sure that you cannot go beyond the 4 relationship levels whenever you are using the SOQL query. Another key point here is your external objects query. They does not support the aggregate functions as well as they does not support the clauses. They does not support the aggregate functions like the max, min, sum, average, and the count field name. However, there is an exception here. It do supports the count over the this one. It does not support all these things. It only supports the count one. And definitely, as I highlighted here, it also does not support the clauses like your group by clause or the having clause. Very important slide in case you are planning to appear for the certification and there are few questions on the external objects. Now, as I said, Salesforce cross org adapter, it do uses the different adapters whenever you are working on the external objects. So the first adapter is the cross org adapter. Cross org adapter is helpful whenever you want to set up the connection between your Salesforce org. For example, you do have the two Salesforce org S1 and S2, and you want to set the you want to set the integration between the two Salesforce org, then you should go for the cross org adapter. Another adapter here is the OAuth 2.0, OAuth 4.0. There are different external data sources which do support the OAuth data protocol. So based on the supported OData protocol, you can go and select the OData 2.0 or the OData 4.0 protocol so that you can bring those external objects inside the Salesforce. Salesforce also give the flexibility to design your own custom adapter as well. For example, for somehow reasons you are not able to work with the cross-org adapters or the OData adapters, then you can also design your own custom adapters like you are doing the callouts from the REST API. Similarly, out of the box, there are few more adapters that Salesforce have provided for the frequently used applications like the DynamoDB, SQL, as well as the GraphQL. DynamoDB is helpful whenever you are integrating with the AWS. SQL is useful whenever you are bringing the SQL data tables inside the Salesforce, and GraphQL is also helpful whenever you want to do the integration of the external sources that have the capabilities extended via GraphQL. Few of the example here is the Amazon RDS and the AWS AppSync. Right? I hope folks you got the basic understanding about what is Salesforce Connect, what is external objects, and what all the different relationships that are available on the external objects. In our further sessions, we will see how we can use the different adapters, and in the demo, I will show you in the next part what is external objects and how to set up the relationships in between the external objects as well. I hope you found this session helpful. Kindly share your thoughts in the comment section as well. Thank you. Have a good time.